Mike, episode 39. What's up, Mike?
I'm just laughing because I was talking to one of my friends and he's like, I'm really having trouble getting my kid up in the morning. And I go, you should really listen to Vinny's introduction because
What's his kid's name? What's his kid's name?
Mark.
Welcome, Mark! He could take that, record, just grab that little piece and just play it for his son every morning.
Oh, man, that introduction gets you pumped up for an NFL weekend, doesn't it,
man? Another our week 2 picks show here that we're going to be doing every week. Episode 39, part of the Pigskin Podcast Network. We're on KKFI out there in Kansas City. We'll get into those
Kansas City. I wish you covered for me last night. Thanks.
They hit my money line, so I was happy. We're on Spotify, Apple, and then of course always Vin and Mike podcast.com. We got a lot of good stuff on there as well. So let's talk a little bit about the Chiefs and Chargers before we jump into our picks and some of the things we bet on last night. I did money line Chiefs, which I felt was pretty good. I think it was minus 190. Not typical kind of odds that we really look at. Right. I know me and you, we usually look at things a little on the plus side or closer on the minus, but I always feel Thursday night, short week, home team, early in the season, guys aren't really ready to roll and everything. And I always like the home team. Got a little nervous there early on. The Chargers played really well. I think the Herbert rib injury hurt them as time went on. And just, Mahomes and the Chiefs always find a way. And that's really what it came down to. But it was a really good game, and good broadcast there on Amazon. I'll give them a lot of credit. It comes in crystal clear on any device that you watch it on. Yeah. So they have a pretty good crew there. Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit. I mean, Al Michaels to me is one of the best ever. So it's, I think they're doing the right thing. Everything seemed pretty good on my end with all that, and it was a really good game. So what did you think, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, everything that you said, just that I thought they were going to cover the 4, which they didn't, but because a road team in a short week going into Kansas City with that atmosphere and the way they put up 44 points last week, I truly felt that Kansas City was going to win. Not by a lot, but I thought at least 7, 7 to 10. That's what I was thinking, even 6. But it was a great game, a lot of swings. That 99-yard interception was incredible, and I really thought after that that they were really going to just blow them out. But I have to give them credit; they hung tough. There were a lot of great plays, stopping Kelsey there at the 2-yard line, like with that. Although they didn't give him the fumble there, right? But it was just they played hard, the Rams, and I had a feeling, I don't know, I kind of second guessed myself because I thought the point spread was kind of low. And I thought it was kind of interesting. So people really knew that the Rams are a good team. Chargers. I keep saying the Rams. The Chargers, are a good team, good defensive team. And they definitely proved that. It was a great game. Came down to the wire, really. So
yeah, I mean, Herbert just continues to find a way to make those 4th down plays. He did it last year. He did it last night. He's just a really talented guy. It'd be interesting to see how that rib injury affects him moving forward. We know the adrenaline of the game and all that. You don't feel it as much, and he was in pain to begin with, so I can only imagine how he's feeling today. They have some of the extra days off. As long as there's no cracked ribs or anything broken, he'll be back in there. If it's bruised, it's just a matter of pain threshold and that. I guess we'll get some more information on that later in the day.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it was just incredible, his agility when he got hurt to really get them into the end zone. And like you said, that was just momentum. And he just doesn't give up. On the other side with Mahomes, how about that? Yeah, that one play where it was like a sidearm touchdown, right?
Yeah.
And that really defies him, that he could get out of anything. Most quarterbacks in that situation, they'd be sacked. run out of bounds, but this guy always finds a way to make plays. So it was an exciting game. It was a good game for Thursday Night Football. And like I said, I wish they would have covered, but at the same time, it was a good one to watch for sure.
Yeah, there was some good, I thought, touchdown plays out there. The Palmer anytime touchdown was a good play. Mike Williams probably over 100 yards was a good play. There was some really good individual bets out there, I thought, for the Chargers last night, especially with Keenan Allen not playing. So I felt that was the way to go. If you went anytime with those bets. But let's jump into what we like coming up this Sunday. Week 2 in the NFL is here. It comes quick. We analyzed week 1 a little bit with Jeff earlier this week, and I thought some of those games were amazing, like always. We're down to 6 people now in our survivor pool. We started with 22.
Yeah. Yeah. We started out right. Now we're down to 6. Crazy.
6 and so 16. And like I said, usually you get like one team that shocks you. There was 3 like real upsets, like San Francisco lost, right. Tennessee lost, and then Denver lost, which all 3 were upsets, and that was the majority of the 16 teams that are out who they picked. We had some other ones that were here and there, but very interesting first week in survivor pools. I haven't spoken to a lot of people about theirs, but I bet you a bunch of people took Denver or San Francisco.
Oh yeah.
Tennessee and that. Yeah.
I think aside from our survivor pool, there's definitely definitely that trend of people picking those teams. There's a lot of people out, right?
Yeah.
And you got to hope that week 2, you're going to pick those dynamite teams. You're hoping that they'll win and just get you into week 3. But it's kind of nerve-wracking now. You don't know what's going to happen. We're still kind of early in the season. So
I wonder if you're going to have somebody out there that just picks against the Jets all year.
There's one of my friends actually texted me, Brian, who listens to us, and he goes, "Yeah, I got to play the Browns defense this weekend on my fantasy team." I go, I don't take offense to that.
No, not with Joe Flacco still starting.
How can I take offense to that? I'm hoping for a miracle. So
yeah, well, you're heading up there this weekend also, so you'll enjoy yourself.
It will be fun regardless. So
yeah, it's absolutely. So all right, we are. So I'm going to start with.
Go ahead. You do yours first.
Yeah, I'm going to just start. I'm going to give you my 2 best overs to start. I'll get into my other picks and parlays after the commercial break. But let me give you 2 overs I like, and I'll give you my analysis on them. So the first one is Vikings Eagles Monday night over 50.5. I like both of their offenses tremendously. I think both defenses are suspect in the way the pass coverage is and the way they play. Jalen Hurts really looks like he can put up 30 points himself. I like the way the Vikings have changed their offense with Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson and Thielen. I like what Kevin O'Connell is doing up there in Minnesota. I could see it as being like a 31-27 kind of game. I thought 50.5 was low, so I like them in the over. And then I like the Falcons and Rams over 46.5. I think the Falcons show some offensive prowess last week. I like the way that they're moving the ball. I like Mariota's ability again to move out of the pocket and everything. And then I think they have a weak defense where I think the Rams are going to bounce back. I think Stafford will have a big game. I could see it as being a really high-scoring affair for the Rams and the Falcons, being in the 20-point region. So I could see it being like a 38-20 game where like the Rams really do a good job there. So I like those 2 overs. I like to always pick, I think, 2 overs every week. I'm going to try to do that. I don't really like picking unders because, I don't know, it just bothers me to go low unless it's like a rainy, snowy day. Remember that time when Buffalo played? I forget who they played up in Buffalo, and there was like 3 feet of snow on the field, and the only touchdown they scored was a LaShawn McCoy's like rushing touchdown at the end. So like that is when I'll go like an under, or if you have, everyone has COVID like they had in Denver, and you had your fifth wide receiver as your starting quarterback. So something like that as things like that. But yeah, I like betting the overs. Those are the two overs I like so far this week.
Okay. My play of the week, and Vinny, I think, is on board with me on this, is the Packers. I got them in at -9.5 versus the Bears. I thought it was kind of a fluke of a weather game against the 49ers. I think that there's a little concern with Green Bay still about the chemistry of the receivers for Aaron Rodgers, but going home, they have one of the best fan base. It's going to be very hard to, I think, for the Packers to go 0-2, and I think this is a game that they really dominate. I like the Packers. I'm going to give them, it's probably going to be somewhere 31-17 or something where they win by a 10 to 14 point margin, but I really think they take this one. I'm also going to put them, I'll talk about my parlay later, but this is a point spread for me, but I'm also going to put them in a money line parlay as well. So that's my first big pick. And since you did too, I'll do the other, Vinny. And I think this is going to, I was looking at this. I really like the Steelers this week against the Patriots. I think what the Steelers did last week was phenomenal against the Bengals. They're very well coached, and Mitch Trubisky looked great. I think they're coming home. I think the spread is 1.5, and I like the Steelers to win this. I think it will be a close game. I'm going to say 17-13, but I do think the Steelers do win this at home. And it's going to be a close margin of error, but again, the spread's only 1.5, and what they did last week, I think, is going to carry the momentum into this week. So those are my first two.
Yeah, we have some commonality there. I'll get into that right after our little commercial break here. So opening week was action-packed, and it's just getting started. Get ready for week 2 of touchdowns, big plays, and even bigger wins with DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the NFL. Right now, new customers, you bet $5 on any football game and get $200 in free bets instantly. Everyone can experience the thrill of DraftKings early win promotion. It's simple. This Sunday, bet on any NFL team to win. If your team leads by 10 at any point during the game, you get paid instantly, even if your team loses. Mike, Jets up 10-0, lose 44-10, you still get hit.
That's the line of the day. Let them go up 10-0. You're ridiculous. That's great. That's funny as hell.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code TPPN to get $200 in free bets instantly when you place a $5 bet on any football game. That's code TPPN only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. Mike, I know you're going to be hopping on a plane on Saturday morning.
Tomorrow, yes.
Right, Saturday morning. So
yeah.
how are you gonna take in some of your listening while you're on the plane? I know you're gonna have your little earbuds in, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna be using your Raycon wireless earbuds to listen to the Vin and Mike podcast while you're on the plane. So Raycon's everyday earbuds look, feel, and sound better than ever. With optimized gel tips for the perfect in-ear fit, these earbuds are so comfortable and they will not budge. Trust me. Raycons give you 8 hours of playtime and a 32-hour battery life. Raycons are priced just right. You get quality audio at half the price of other premium audio brands. Again, they have 50,000 five-star reviews, these everyday earbuds. They're really great. Again, I like the noise isolation, the awareness mode. It's a fantastic thing to take with you. If you're flying, if you take a train to work, or you're just hanging out at home, relaxing, maybe listening to Vin and Mike like you do. Go to buyraycon.com/TPPN today to get your 15% off your Raycon order. That's buyraycon.com/TPPN to score 15% off. buyraycon.com/TPPN. So, yeah, Mike, a lot of fun stuff coming up again Sunday. Like I said, I had some similarities there to you. I do, and I will jump right into them. And
Can I just say something first real quick? That was hilarious what you said about the 10 points with the Jets. Our buddy, I want to give him a shout out. He listens to us all the time, Dan Hernandez, our good friend.
Yeah.
Texted last night. He won last night. He had the Chargers plus 4.5.
Nice.
And he said to me, and he had the money. He had the money line, so they had 7. They were up by 7 or 10, whatever it was. I think it was 7 or 10, whatever. He won, but he goes to me, yeah, let them just get up by 7 or whatever, and then let Kansas City win. That's the nice thing about this money line, 10 or 7, that it doesn't matter. You win, boom. It's a good.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is last night everyone won. If you had the money line. And it didn't matter who you chose because they were giving you the bonus 7 points. So
right.
You were up 7 last night. So 7-0 to start the game, right? Or 10-0, whatever it was.
Right.
Yeah. So the Chargers you hit right away, and then on the back end you hit the Chiefs. So you hit the money line for everybody last night. So that's a pretty nice bet. Nice promotion. It's 10 points this Sunday, so it's a really nice promotion that DraftKings Sportsbook is doing. So, and I like, and I'll start off. I like the Packers, like you said, minus 9.5 is what I just saw today. And I know people worry about Packers offense and the wide receivers, but the thing I like about the Packers, and I think it's the thing you're going to see this week, is Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon run the ball a lot, really, beat down a Bears team that doesn't have a lot on both sides of the ball, and really take control of the game early, run the ball out, put a lot of rushing touchdowns. I think if you're looking at some kind of rushing numbers to bet, I would take the over on Aaron Jones or A.J. Dillon, or maybe both. I think that's good. Minus 9.5. I like the Packers to win big in this game. I do like the Steelers money line plus 110. I think that's the bet for this week as well. I think you make a really good point there. With Trubisky, I thought he was well. Mac Jones is now suffering some kind of illness. He missed practice yesterday. He says he'll be all right for Sunday. But again, the Patriots did not look. The way
the
Patriots
did not look again. That sounded so. I don't know what that sounded.
Did not look the way they like to look.
Yeah. No, they did not. Those
Joe Judge and Matt Patricia calling the offense still boggles my mind.
Yeah.
But I like the Steelers home money line plus 110. Yeah. I like Saints money line plus 120 home against Tampa. I think the Saints always figure out a way to beat the Buccaneers. They're at home. I like the money line because you're getting plus 120. Actually, not 110. You're getting plus 120 on the money line for the Saints. Right. I like them to win that game. I think Winston figures out enough to do things to score points, and that Saints defense is still strong. And Tampa didn't look too great last week on offense. I think we talked about that. I think it's going to take Brady a little bit of time to get himself rolling again. Without Godwin this week, and I think that's Brady's comfort factor on that offense. I think that all plays into a factor. So I like the Saints money line. And then the fourth game that I really like is the Lions minus 1. Yep, I like them at home. I like them back-to-back weeks at home. Yep. So they've been, practicing in their same beds, all the usual things for a few weeks now. So the Washington Commanders are coming in off a good win against Jacksonville, but they're going on the road. I'm not sold on Carson Wentz yet, and then he's got to go on the road up to Detroit. Place was very loud when they played the Eagles. I thought they stayed in that game the entire game. I like the way that they really moved the ball with the running game. I know Swift has got a little bit of an ankle injury, but He seems like he'll be okay. They to me, they seem like they're figuring out things offensively. They looked a little bit better defensively, but what I do like is the back-to-back home games early in the season. I think that helps them a lot. And with a -1, I'll take the Lions with that -1, and I'll probably take all 4 of those together and throw them into a 14 parlay. Steelers money line +110, Saints money line +120, Lions -1, Packers -9.5. So that's going to be my parlay this week.
I was just going to say with the Lions, I also like that. I think Goff has a lot of strong receivers that are going to be utilized. You have Swift, you have Hawkinson, you have Chark. I mean, and I told you, what did I tell you from the beginning of the season, Vinny? I think these Detroit Lions, they improved towards the latter part of last year. I think they're a team that's improving this year. They played the Eagles really tough. I do think they win at home. It's kind of a pick'em game. They're -1. So essentially it is a pick'em game, but I agree with that one as well. And then my final one, then we'll see how we combine them. I just love the Buffalo Bills. I do think they're the best team in football right now based on what I saw last game and just going into the season. Josh Allen has so many between his receivers and what they did on defense. And I just, I think the Bills are – I may put them in my money line. 9.5 is a big point spread, I think. But again, when you're the best team and you have that kind of momentum and they drive down the field and you have a Josh Allen, I think that they'll be strong against the Titans. The Titans, I think they're a better team than they were against the Giants, but now you're playing the Buffalo Bills going into Buffalo. So 9.5 is a tough point spread, but I think the Bills do win, and I do think they win in a considerable margin. So we'll see. So for me, again, I love the Packers. I love the Steelers, Detroit, and Buffalo. Those are my picks this week. And I'll probably mix some point spreads and money line bets, but that's where we are. So similar. Vinny and I have some picks together, which is nice. So that always works out well when you're podcast partners. You want to have some similarities.
Some thought processes are the same when it comes to a lot of those games. There's some games that I didn't want to touch at all.
Yeah.
That was big for me. I think when I looked at it, let me just go back there real quick.
Go ahead, because I want to hear what you have to say.
I think where is it? I think the Seahawks +8.5 49ers. That game worries me a little bit because I don't know how good the 49ers are. I know it was a weather game and everything.
Right.
And the Seahawks played pretty good, at home. I know it's in San Francisco and all this and Geno Smith, but that spread worries me a little bit. And then I'm a little concerned even with the Denver -10 at home. Houston coming in. Houston looked a lot better. I know, I'm a little concerned about the way Hackett coached that game. I don't know if that's going to continue going into the next week. And then, these are two teams coming off Monday night going into Sunday, so short weeks as well. So a little concerned about those big spreads. I think both teams win. I think Denver and San Fran can both win. I'm not saying they're not going to win. Just a little concerned about the size of the spreads, +10 and +8.5. So those were the two that I wanted to stay away from altogether. But we'll see how it plays out. Anything that scared you when you looked at it?
To be honest with you, the Cowboys game, the Cowboys versus Bengals, and a lot of people, would be like, how can you not take the Bengals -7? Because you don't know what the Cowboys team's going to be like with Cooper Rush. I mean, we've seen these fluke games before. Maz was even talking about it. Don't count them out. Until we actually see what that performance is like, I am staying far away from that game.
Yeah. All right. Very good. So, everyone, that is our best bets, our overs, parlays. Some things we're going to stay away
from. We'll put it on Instagram too, Vinny.
Michael put it up on Instagram because he's their Instagram guru.
Thank you.
And everyone, have a great betting week. We'll be back Tuesday for our next episode. Hopefully Antoine will be checking in with us. We could talk a little Jets football as well, and then we'll go from there.
All right, Vinny.
All right, everyone, have a great day.